I want a pre-series Conn Smythe prediction. Remember last year, Connor McDavid won it, but the team lost and he didn't even come out. People were like, what about the kids?
I don't think anyone on a losing team this year is going to be so overwhelmingly good that they win the Conn Smythe. So whoever wins the Conn Smythe will be on the winners this year.
Okay, so pick a winner from each team.
No, that's a cop-out.
Is that a cop-out?
You got one.
I got a fun one.
I think Barkov.
Okay, Jesse.
Connor McDavid.
Great.
Whoa.
Not overthinking it. You know what I think? Brad Marchand.
No.
I think that line, because Luostarinen is going to play game one. They just said today. I wasn't sure if he's not going to play. That line is a problem.
Marchand is really, really good. I don't even think he's the best player on his line.
You think Luostarinen is?
Lindell. How dare I'm an Anton Lindell truther. And I'm going to shout it until people get it. He hasn't even reached 50 points
Barkov's
yet.
leading the team in points. If he ends up leading the Panthers in points and they win the Stanley Cup, it's Conn Smythe.
But what about Brad Marchand getting 3 hat-tricks in 3 games to start the series? That's what's going to happen.
Well, in that case...
I actually think he's due for a standout. Remember how it ended against St. Louis?
He might catch Logan O'Connor in votes.
He might... he gave up. Brad Marchand gave up the eventual series-winning goal in the Stanley Cup the last time he was in, right? So this is like redemption. This is remember the tears crying by the bench? I've relished that picture forever. I
just made such a terrible play. Like it cost him the game.
Yes. And I think Brad Marchand's due for a redemption, folks.
Lifetime Achievement Award?
I think this is, remember, you can say Anton Lindell all you want, but does Anton Lindell have a brand name outside of Florida in the way that he should? Not yet. And to win an award, you got to have a brand name. You have to have done it for a while.
So let's go back to one of the more controversial picks and compare. Crosby winning it over Phil Kessel.
I mean, Crosby probably deserved it. I wanted Phil to get it.
Crosby probably deserved it, so there's that. But like Barkov probably deserves it, so there's that. Here's the difference. I think there were a number of media types who got to vote on the Conn Smythe that year who were like, we can't actually give it to Phil. There's none of that for Brad. There's none of that.
Everybody's on side.
He's got to be. I mean, I'm handing out the Conn Smythe with the stats that I know in front of me. Mm-hmm. You know what? I should take it away. I'm not going to say Barkov because there is a Panther who I've been saying might win the Conn Smythe.
Jesse, is he allowed to do that? He just said Barkov. Is he allowed to take it
Can I take it away?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Because there's a player I've been saying consistently, and I'm going to stick to it. Sam Bennett.
No.
Sam Bennett.
I mean, what has he had? He's had 10 goals and 9 of them have been on the road or something like that?
10 goals. That's enough, isn't it?
Yeah, but most of them on the road is insane.
It's insane. Both elbows to the head, I believe, are on the road. Also, guy's a road warrior. And I shot my preview this morning, and I want to know who on the Oilers he tries to or successfully injures in the first 2 games. It's going to happen.
It's a good question.
What I also want to know is...
You can't do that to Corey Perry. You got to save it for one of the big guys.
Yes. So I was trying to figure out which team tries to drag the other into the muck. And I think it's the Oilers, actually. Try to drag the Panthers in.
Why do you say that?
I think the Panthers are deeper and more overwhelming. I just do. So, like, what I thought was, okay, so I would put the Bennett line against the Henrique line. Wait a sec. The Henrique line often has Evander Kane on it.
Yes.
And I actually don't want those two going head to head. I don't want Sam Bennett going at Evander Kane after whistles and stuff. And by that, I mean, I don't want Evander Kane going at him.
Because Evander Kane can push back.
First of all, I think Evander Kane would kick his ass. And second of all, I don't think that's a good trade.
So where do you put him?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. What I'm trying to figure out is who gets the McDavid assignment and who gets the Draisaitl
You have to give Reinhart and Barkov the McDavid assignment. You have to try that.
You would think so, but like there's what you throw out there to neutralize, and then there's what you throw out there to simply kick their ass.
Right.
So like when the Panthers put Lindell on the Matthews line and took Barkov off, the Lindell line did a really good job of neutralizing Matthews, and that sort of became the story. What we sort of missed out on was now the Barkov line is just kicking whoever they're playing's ass.
Yep.
Right? So do you throw out the Lundell line against McDavid, Nugent Hopkins, and I guess Perry?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh man, taking out Hyman really
screws things up, doesn't it?
It just doesn't look near as good. And there are some guys who are playing really well and above their weight, and it's Zach Hyman. Like, you're just not replacing that player. I give them I have a way easier time believing Edmonton can win the series if he plays. And I'm putting on my tinfoil hat. If the Oilers find themselves in an elimination game, like a game 6, Hyman plays.
Oh,
you think so? Huh?
I don't think that's going to happen.
I feel like that's probably not going to happen.
Didn't they announce that he had surgery and he's not coming back?
Yeah, but it's hockey and they lie all the time.
if you're moving off your Barkov Conn Smythe pick, I'll take it from you and I'll move off of McDavid instead of hedging my bets.
Oh, you stink.
Yeah.
What?
Right. So I'll take Barkov. The Sidney Crosby, Phil Kessel thing, it was truly a you had to be there kind of situation because the stats back up that the writers got history right.
Yes.
Crosby and Kessel tied for goals. They had the same amount of goals. Crosby had more assists. He played 2 more minutes a night. If you just look at all the counting stats, he was the center. He was Sidney Crosby. He even on even strength goals, he beat Phil Kessel. Like nothing there compared. Looking at the counting stats, argues that Phil Kessel should have got it. But the impact that Kessel had on that line,
yes,
where they it felt like every game they had the game-winning goal. They came up big for the team in the darkest moments when they needed it. The HBK line, and in the moment, it felt like Phil Kessel deserved it. But in those cases, you always got to default to the main star on the team. And you always got to say that he has to lose it. Like, he's holding the belt right now, and he has to do something so egregious that he has to lose that, because when we look back on history, it's going to be like, oh, Crosby should have deserved that Conn Smythe. And everybody in that moment got it right. And everybody who was arguing with Phil Kessel, history would have proved you wrong.
Who was HBK? Who was the HBK line? Hagelin? Who was that? Hagelin, Kessel? Who was the B?
Malkin. Oh, HBK. Oh, that was HBK. Sorry.
Oh, Bonino.
Oh, yeah.
So who were they going up against? I mean,
right.
You got Crosby on one line. You have Malkin on the other. And then, I don't know, at some point when you're out there, you just have to take your chances against who you're going up. Like, what? Okay, we're going to adapt our whole game plan into shutting down the third line. No, like, we just have to take our chances. That's why Florida's so formidable. What do you do about that third line?
Yep.
That's
what I keep saying. That's
the
why
Oilers
I picked
have a good one.
I know
they have a
great
good
one.
But I just think
the other reason
more overwhelming.
I lean Panthers. The other reason I lean Panthers is because the Florida Panthers were up 3-0 in the series last year.
It was 3 series. The first 3 games where Edmonton didn't look like they had a chance.
Yep.
The games 4, 5, and 6 where you're like, oh my God, they're actually going to do it. Florida's cooked. And then game 7, it was its own series, and it might have been the only normal game of the series.
Yep. Probably a good time to mention Steve's going to be doing the watch-alongs for this. So every single Stanley Cup Final game, SDPN will have Steve Dangle and Drew with his Drew O'Connor. Or was it Logan O'Connor? Which O'Connor was it?
Logan
O'Connor fandom will be joining. Now,
Edmonton is the favorite 1.8.
1.8. Would you take if Edmonton's the favorite, would you put 2 on the Panthers just to?
Yeah, they owe me.
Yeah, they do owe you.
I need to make money off the Panthers. They owe me.
Man, imagine being a fan who cares. It sucks, huh?
Just awful.
Just sucks. Okay.
I can give you some of the specials too.
Give it to us
if you want some
of
those.
I want.
There's a Connor McDavid or Leon Draisaitl 6+ shots in any game of the series.
So all they have to do is get 6+ shots in one game.
Yeah.
Oh, you take that immediately.
Yeah. Bling.
Okay.
Yep.
There's Connor McDavid or Leon Draisaitl 7+ shots. That would take that
too.
You like more than 2 to 1 your money. Like if you put $2 on that, you'd get back $4.70. So
it is Draisaitl.
$2.70.
Yeah, you do
7+ shots for either one of those guys in one game.
You do that.
Okay.
You totally do that.
Would you do that? How high can we go? Because there's a bet for
12.
8+ shots. Would you?
That's insane.
That's your $2 times 5.
Now we get into it is the Panthers territory. There's going to be so many penalties in the first like 3 games.
Yep.
Yeah, I take it.
Who do you think's the top goal scorer of the series?
I'm gonna say Leon.
He's the favorite.
Yeah, I think Leon.
Carter Verhaeghe.
He's been a monster in clutch.
Let me see if they got Carter Verhaeghe to lead
a weird one.
Scoring. I don't think they have Carter Verhaeghe odds
at all.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah,
14-1.
Oh, that might be a good one.
Yeah.
Who else is down there in that range?
The 14. We got Draisaitl, McDavid, Reinhart, Bennett, Kachuk is 10-1, and then we get the funny ones. Barkov's 14, Verhaeghe's 14, Kane is 15, Nuge is 19-1.
I could see Nuge doing it.
It's been crazy.
Yeah.
I could see Nuge do. With those types of bets, I like an outlier for that. That's what makes it more fun. Like, oh, you're betting Leon Draisaitl to win. That sounds like a great time. Like, no, you want to have something fun.
Nah. I bet on the same one everyone else voted for.
Yeah. Exactly.
These guys are 200-1 to lead the series in scoring. Troy Stetcher, Matthias Janmark,
Stetcher might not play.
Derek Ryan, Nico Mikkola, AJ Greer, Nate Schmidt, Balinskis, Kulikov, Gadjevich, Seth Jones, and Nosek.
I would take Greer.
Would you put $2 on any of those guys? 200-1.
Seth Jones, but also Derek Ryan still playing?
He hasn't played these playoffs.
I legitimately did not know that.
Yeah.
He's on the board to take your money.
I had absolutely no idea.
Are any of those guys taking?
Nico Mikkola is going to play every minute, and he's hurt. So
Seth Jones would be the one.
Seth,
right?
yeah.
He's got like 3-4 goals.
And big ones. Big goals.
Yeah.
I also, for the favorites, I wouldn't take Kachuk. He has a bunch of points in these playoffs, but like most of them are assists.
Yeah.
I don't think that's good use of your toonie.
All right. So those are some of the fun bets.
That is fun. Okay, so listen, go to betmgm.com for terms and conditions. BetMGM.com/dangle. Get your futures betting in now because there's some fun ones on the board.
There are some fun ones.
A defenseman to win the Conn Smythe trophy, 250 times your money.
Are you freaking serious?
Yeah.
I mean, who would it be? Ekholm, Ekblad.
No, Bouchard, and Bouchard.
Yeah.
Aww.
You know what?
Evan Bouchard doesn't owe me anything.
If you bet on Evan Bouchard after the shit you've given him, I think you do it.
I got to do some beard stroking about
That'd be a $500 win.
Yeah.
Oh, any defenseman.
That's
a crazy bet, man.
To win the Conn Smythe trophy, 250-1.
You got to take it. You got to take it.
I got to do some beard stroking
you
about
do.
this.
You do. Especially with you said there's going to be a lot of penalties in the first few games. Who's going to get the Bouch bomb?
He's a defenseman who's currently 4th in the NHL in scoring.
If he has a huge series, they win the cup. Steve Nutt's $500.
Oh, I am going to. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put $2 down, and then I'm just going to start beating that boost drum. I'm just going to be like, "Come on, everybody! I got to put it out. Come on, everybody!"